Good morning. How's everyone's day going? I hope you're all enjoying this. Well, today's job is an easy one. Well, depends on what your definition of easy is. It's gonna be another long day because we have to go down the route for Highway 3 again, and that's a 6-hour day right there just to get to where we're going. We're going to Elder Grove, British Columbia to drop this car off. And we picked up an 2007 Infiniti G35. Gray in color. Gray or blue? I'm not really quite sure. It's like a dark gray, bluish color. In the rain, it looks like that. Again, BC not letting us down with the weather. It's raining still. It's been raining for, I don't know, like 3 weeks now. The roads are coming and going. Every hour the road changes. We don't know what route to take. There's been a bunch of crap that's been going on. So we're just kind of playing it by ear. We're just going to keep our foot into it, get as far as we can until the police tell us, hey, the road's closed, and then we'll proceed from there. So far, I have contacted BC Highways. Highway 3 is currently open, and there is a route available to get to where we're going. I called them about, Jesus Christ, what was that from? I just hit it must have been just some freak cloud just then. But I just hit, like, there's nothing on this side that would have sprayed me, I don't know, 30 feet. But, yeah, I called them about 15 minutes ago and asked and confirmed, because there's 2 routes I gotta take from Lake Country, British Columbia, which is Kelowna pretty much. I can take Highway 99, which means I have to go back through Highway 1 and then jump through Cache Creek, turn right at Cache Creek, and then take 99. Or I can go to West Kelowna and take 97C up the mountain and then turn left onto 5A, which then connects to 3 at Princeton. I know Princeton, they straight up told me do not even bother stopping for anything because there's no services available. So which means there's no fuel, there's no food, there's nothing. There's nothing open. They have shut down Princeton because of floods. So right now it's just a road open and it's just a pass road. You're not even allowed to stop in Princeton right now. So for us, we're 2.5 hours away from Princeton as the map says. So we'll see when we get there. Again, we'll have the time lapse. We're gonna hit a checkpoint. Last time we got lucky. When we went in there was no checkpoint really. On the way out, there was. So with this one, there probably is going to be a checkpoint. We have all of our documentation. Again, I don't know how they can, I don't know how it works, because they say trucking and services, goods and services are an essential service, which is what we're providing. We're providing someone his car. Last time when we went to the checkpoint, when we were leaving the lower mainland, they just asked for my driver's license. They looked at it and said, oh, you're good to go. 99, do you have experience on this highway? Yes, I do. There's some snow. Okay, hammer down. They said light snow. It turned out to be half a foot deep the whole way, and took us almost 2 hours to cross the mountain range because of it. But yeah, we don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm kind of hoping. I have all my documentation to state that I am a commercial operator. We'll find out today if I don't have all the paperwork in order. And we don't know. I got the binder of all my documentation of everything I need. At least from what my experience, I've been stopped at scale houses and never had an issue. So I don't know. We're gonna figure it out though. And if I'm missing anything, well then I guess we have to clean up. But hopefully they'll understand that we're a new business and that they will take it easy on us and not beat us into the dirt as they tend to do so with commercial drivers. That being said, they also might just be there for like, hey, are you commercial? Yes. All right, come through. They could be like that too. They were pretty quick on it last time. They ended up just having a conversation with me at the 99 one. Just telling me like, hey, no one's been up there for 6 hours. You're pretty much on your own. And then like not even 10 minutes up the road, we saw a Subaru who almost head on with me because he was driving way too fast for the road conditions. But we'll see. We'll know in about 2.5 hours if we're going to be turned around and told to fuck off, or if we're going to be good to go and go drop this car off. Hopefully we're good to go. I hope so anyways, because well, this would suck if BC turned around and said, no, you're from Alberta, fuck off back to Alberta, you can drop off the car when the highway's fixed. I was on there last time, and maybe I saw 8 or 9 trucks, like total, across that bridge. I don't think there's really a necessary need for this whole stupid road closure crap for commercial only. It doesn't make sense at all, but it is what it is. It's out of my hands. I don't control what it is. I just play by the rules, and hopefully I got all the paperwork. And if there's anything else they need, they can update me so I can update you guys. Because after about 10 or 20 videos, I am going to put out a video on like what you need to start hot-shotting, what you need to do. This isn't technically a hot shot, this load. It's mostly just a transporter. I do hot shots, but just transporter right now. And yeah, we were up since 5 o'clock this morning. It's now 10:32. It took us 2.5 hours to get loaded because there was issues at the bank. So I'm definitely going to be charging the customer for that. We allow an hour for loading. I was there at 9. He told me to be there for 9. We were there for 8:59. And there's a hair. Not a big deal. I mostly just enjoyed my coffee. End up talking to the owner of the car, or I guess the previous owner now. She owns a landscaping company, so, you know, networked and got myself a few jobs with her. So there's some equipment she needs moved here soon. So, well, in December, she needs some plow trucks moved, so I'm gonna go move those for her. And that's how you gotta do it in this industry. You gotta reach out, you gotta network, you gotta do all these things to get your business growing as you're starting. And that's what it is. You gotta stomp some boots and kick on some doors and offer your services and be on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all these things that I don't care about. The wife controls all that stuff. She does the Facebook and the Twitter and all that stuff for us. And we have plenty of work that comes from these things, and they're just, well, the multiple load boards. I did add on a new load board, by the way. We use U-Ship up here in Canada for our load board right now, just because it's really good. And they're in Vancouver. There's a lot of people using it, and there's lots of people. There's only like a handful of people I know on the site that are legitimate carriers that aren't new, and they're always wiping out carriers all the time for violating the rules, for not following things, not having insurance, things like that. I know a lot of people say that U-Ship doesn't verify their people who work for them or carriers for them. They do up here. They do ask you to verify. So when you actually go and prove all your stuff, they're okay with it. But after a week, if you don't prove your stuff, they just boot you off the site, which is good. I'm happy they do that, because there shouldn't be, you should have insurance. You should have all these things. If I got to play by the rules, you should too. But there's only like 12 of us that really, like, there's a couple of semi-rig guys, and then there's a bunch of us. Well, there's only like 4 or 5 hotshot guys. And then the rest are like Ram 1500s, 2500s, car haulers, things like that. I've learned with my experience, because I have a 5-star rating, that people like to hire me because of my rating, and because I haul a lot of cars, and because I'm fully insured and not scared to show the paperwork for it. I don't know why people are scared to show the customer. Well, I walk up and just show the customer all the paperwork. And when you're sitting there and the customer sees you, oh, you got to sign this paperwork, you got to sign this BOL, you got to sign this, and then make sure all your ducks are in line. It makes the customer feel safe. And the big thing too, the service I offer to people is, if you're buying a car and you never had hands-on with it, I'll be hands-on with it. I'll take it for a rip. I will go through all the gears. I will check the motor. I will inspect it to like a used customer. Like, I'm not going to get on my hands and knees and dig underneath the car. I will do the best of my ability to check it out and tell you, like, hey, it's a bad deal, or hey, what you pay for this, maybe go for this price. Those kind of things. Do I offer that to every car? No, I don't offer that to like rust buckets. I don't do that to like things that people are just buying for parts. I do it for like, or dealership cars. I don't do that for dealership cars if they're brand new. If it has a warranty, I'm not going to check it, because if you have an issue, you just take it back to the dealership. But it seems like a lot of people, I thought during the wintertime I would be dead, but it turns out that people are scared of the coke. People are scared of the mountain roads. And right now, business is booming because they close all the roads to commercial drivers. So a lot of people will buy cars out of Vancouver because they're cheaper, and they'll come to Kamloops, they'll go to Kelowna, they'll go to other places, buy the car and have it shipped down to them. And a lot of carriers right now are just not doing it. You have the big 9-car haulers, but they're just, I haven't seen one of those guys in a while. And the last time I saw one was like 2 weeks ago, and it was at a port. So I don't know what's going on or what's happening with the industry, but all I know is I have a lot more calls coming from dealerships now to ask me to ship just single cars like this or double cars on the other trailer, and they're paying really good money. Like, I'm making just as much as a semi-rig, except my expenditures aren't as high. Now, I know some companies, and there's a load board I was using, I'm not going to name them because they can go fuck themselves as far as I'm concerned. They turned around and they were saying, if you're a Hotshot, this is the rate. If you're a semi-rig, this is the rate. And this is something that's happening in the US as well with certain carriers and certain brokers, where they're actually saying, oh, if you're a Hotshot truck driver, it's $400 cheaper. But if you're a big rig, it's this price. And it's like, F you. No, no, just the load's getting done. So don't pay more because you feel bad for the trucker, man. Like, at the end of the day, it's about getting the load, getting it delivery, safety, everything else like that. If we have to go through all the same crap, but we're just a 1-ton truck, then so what? I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate it, and I will never use that load board as far as I live. I won't even mention them because they're fucking losers for what they did. And they're doing it to everyone. So now they're all like whining on fucking, they're trying to email us. I get emailed daily from the guys on that load board. I mean, emailed from the owner daily asking why all of us hot truck guys just overnight just stop using their services. That's a lot of Jeep Wranglers. Holy fuck, and Gladiators. That dealership has the monopoly on Jeep Gladiators and Wranglers. It's like a whole front row of just Wranglers. It's insane. It's like, if you look for a Wrangler, that's the dealership here in Kelowna. But yeah, he's emailing us constantly, and I spoke to a few other hotshot guys who use their site, and they even said, no, we stopped using them because of the fact that they're wasting time. They're cutting prices. We told this guy multiple times, we're not going to be paid less because we're using a 1-ton truck. You can just go F yourself all day. Like, I don't care. We're in it to make money, and that's what it is. And as hotshot guys, yes, things are a little more cheaper, but it doesn't mean we're going to work for free. So yeah, screw that. No, and he's upset now, and he's confused why no one's using his site, and why even most big rigs don't even use their site. They have a shitty credit rating. They take 60 to 90 days to pay the bill, and it's just like, F you. Like, take your shit and fuck off. And you know what? That's the way. Us truckers control the industry in that sense. If we refuse to use that broker goes dead. They can have a million loads, but at the end of the day, if no one's going to move their cargo, fuck them. That's just how I look at it. And they clearly don't want the business, so, ooh, that feels bad for you. This guy has a burnt out LED in his turn signal. Ouch, that's a whole headlight replacement. So yeah, just letting you guys know, we're on our way down to Vancouver, let's just say that. And yeah, we'll see when we get down there. If there's any updates we need to make, I will update you. Chances are we're probably gonna stop here for some food, because this is the last town before we hit Chilliwack or Hope. So we'll grab some lunch, because lunch is going to be soon. I don't know what I'm going to grab for lunch. I feel like Edo might be the way to go. I don't know. Depends on what's along the route here, because Kelowna, like, I don't want to get off 97 here. I just want to keep going. So if I see a restaurant I like, I'm going to grab it. If there's a Wendy's, I'll grab a Wendy's all day. But F A&W, oh my god, I had a burger last night from them. Oh, I'd rather just eat my own shit at that point. It's so horrible. Like, they're worse than McDonald's now. Like, I remember when A&W was pretty decent, but now they're just disgusting. They're horrible, and I hope they die. I hope the business just goes bankrupt, because they suck. But yeah, we'll see you guys in a bit. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Just put everything in the oven, Carlo.
not for me to say you love. Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. It's for me to say. Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. It's not for me to say you love. It's not for me to say you love. Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. It's not for me to say. Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. It's not for me to say you love. It's not for me to say you love. Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. It's it's not for me to say. Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. It's not for me to say you love. It's not for me to say you love. Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. It's Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do.
It's not for me to say you love. It's not for me to say you love.
Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do.
It's
Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do.
It's not for me to say.
Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, leave it to British Columbian drivers to turn a 20-minute drive into 3 hours. We're sitting here, literally I'm just letting the truck torque. I haven't touched the throttle. It's just been going at 10 kilometers an hour for the last 30 kilometers, and there's no reason for it at all. It's like, come on, guys. Yes, it is 5:30. I should turn this off. It is 5:30 in the afternoon, and it is just, I just don't know what to say. It's insane. Like, you guys all brag here that we're the best drivers in the country, yet you can't get down a city block without having a delay. Like, holy crap. We've been going so slow. This F-150 in front of me, tunnel cover catches enough water to wash the tailgate off. That's how slow we've been going. I've been behind this same Ford now for literally 3 hours. I arrived in Hope at 2:10 p.m. We're now just about to hit Mission, and it's 5:30. Holy hell, and I still have to get into Elder Grove, which is, the GPS is saying it's still an hour away. I rolled into town with about 110 clicks left, and it's taken me longer to drive the 110 clicks so far than it did to drive from Kamloops to freaking here. Oh my god. Like, I got to Hope in 5 hours from Kelowna, and this includes driving. Wow, we're blocked now. That includes driving from all the way from freaking Kamloops to Lake Country to Hope. Took 5 hours. That's it. 5 or 6-ish hours. It has taken longer to get to Elder Grove from Hope. And it's just like, guys, why can't you figure it out? Yes, I understand they have a bunch of like Highway 1s being merged onto this thing, but like, seriously, how many people work in Hope? Like, I guarantee you 90% of these cars are just out here to look at the damage. There's like, hey hun, instead of going out for dinner, let's go look at the destruction by the landslides. Yeah. There's people taking fucking selfies with them. I literally got some girl stopped traffic. The RCMP had to come and tell her off for it. Two Asian women jump out of their car, put it in park on the middle of the fucking road, and get out and take a selfie with the landslide. And a cop had to come up and tell him to fuck off. Like, seriously? Like, how inconsiderate is that? Like, I don't give a fuck about your schedule or anyone else's. Fuck this. And we have a, like, it doesn't add up. It makes no sense what's going on here. There's no reason for this traffic to be slow. It's just guys are like rubbernecking the whole fucking way. Just, ooh, ooh, ooh. That's what they are. They're just rubbernecking the whole fucking situation. And it's so annoying. There's like, oh my God, there's distraction. I need to look. Like, buddy, you don't even live here. Fuck off. It's so annoying. I hate it. Yeah, I'm just ranting a little bit. We're almost at drop off. We got an hour left. At 6:30, it says we're gonna drop off according to the GPS. I have 38 kilometers to go, and it's telling me it's gonna take an hour. That's how slow we're going. Shoot me. All right, we'll see you later. ending of this video. And so for day 2, I was gonna make another video, but we don't have another load, so we're just getting back home. We're back in Kamloops. Well, in the last video, you would have saw the Iron Bowl trailer having some issues with the electrical. I said, oh, it's just lights coming unplugged, just failing. I just can't fix it right now. Well, it got worse. The trailer, I only have 4 running lights now, and the 3 in the back between the 2 brake lights, the 3rd brake light pretty much. And that's it. I have turn signals and brakes, but most of the lights on the trailer have now officially failed. And I thought maybe they're burning out bulbs. Cheap Chinese bulbs, you know, a cheap trailer, maybe, or not cheap, wasn't a cheap trailer, but maybe they're cheaping out on equipment. And nope, all bulbs work. You put 12 volt to them, they fire right up. So something is going on with the trailer wiring harness. I'm going to the dealer right now where I bought the trailer in Kamloops, and they want to see it because this trailer is, they just picked up this company, North Star. Well, this is Iron Bowl, but North Star is the one who actually makes the trailers. And so they want to see it because they ordered a lot of these trailers, and they're not cheap. These are expensive trailers, these buggy haulers. They can range from, I think their cheapest trailer they make's like $7,000, and the most expensive they make's like in the, like what I have, it's 13,000 something. This one, after taxes and everything else like that, it's like close to, and after, like, well, this one's financed or leased. After all of the lease, all that stuff, it's probably around close to $15,000 because the lease is 2% interest. So it's pretty, I'm pretty chapped. I'm not gonna lie. I've had nothing but problems with this trailer's electrics since I started. Now, normally when I buy a trailer, at least in my experience, they tend to last about a year. Now that being said, I also haven't hotshot with a trailer like this. I've already put almost 15,000 kilometers on this trailer since I bought it. So I could see where, like, that's a year life expectancy, I guess, or like in a year, this is what you would expect. This trailer doesn't come off this truck. Like, I swear to God, this trailer's been hooked up to a truck more than it's been unhooked from a truck. But I expected at least a year out of the trailer. And usually after a year, this one has a 3-year structural bumper to bumper pretty much warranty. Anything happens except for like tires and shit, like wearables. Wow, this is insane. So this, I'm gonna try to fix that because you guys are gonna have a freaking seizure by the time that, and that was fun to fix in post. But so far it's not been a good trailer. The tires are doing fine, I guess, except for the fact that I flat spotted 2 tires on the same axle because some prick thought, hey, I can stop on a dime, but this car behind me probably can't, and try to commit insurance fraud. But it's fine. The trailer just hops now like a bitch, as you can see. But I've now learned something else. With that Infinity tied down on all 4 D-rings, that's the first time I've ever used all the D-rings. Normally we don't haul a lot of cars because the fact is, like, SUVs, trucks, compact SUVs, anything over a certain weight you have to use a chain, a grade 70 chain in our country. So a lot of times when you get like a over 2,000 pound car, you have to chain it, or at least that's what I was told by CVSE, or that's what they want to see. You won't get pulled over if you chain it. That's pretty much what they say, unless you have like the tire wrap set up. I don't have those on this trailer, so I have to strap it to tie points and rims and things like that. Now I have things for the rims so I don't damage the rims or anything like that. But so we had to tie it down, and I had all 4 D-rings cinched up tight. Well, I think the deck is bowing, or it's gone in on itself, because at 80, I could watch the trailer come off the ground. That's how bad the hopping was. And as soon as I went over about 90, the trailer would settle back out. So there's definitely something wrong with this trailer, and I have to find out what it is. Now, my solution to fixing this is a pretty straightforward one, and that's flip it over, redo all the fucking wiring properly. And by I mean properly is not running a big ass long strand 7-pin and then tying into that harness with 2 wire stuff, and then having, they say, quick disconnects but it's not quick disconnects in the fucking slightest. It's like they're half-assed in there, but they don't twist to tie each other solid. They're just pushed together. They're pressure fitted, and when you hit enough bumps, they're eventually going to round themselves out. So what they should have done is put tape around the fittings, and maybe it would have been fine. But I think I broke a connection because I was under the trailer doing a pre-trip when I realized my lights were out, and there was a harness that is unplugged, but they look like they're wired into the exact same plug, so it looked like they would tie into itself. So I wasn't sure what that was all about. So I figured I got a warranty. Normally I would just take this on the chin and fix it myself and just call it a day. But, you know, 3-year warranty. We're 2 months into it, and it's an unlimited mileage warranty. So it doesn't matter how many kilometers you put on the trailer. It's 3-year usage and structural. So might as well use it. My last trailer I bought, there was a kilometer warranty on it. It was a 1 year or 2 year plus 100,000 or 60,000 or something. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've used that trailer. But this one is an ironclad warranty, supposedly, and that, oh, it's amazing, it functions perfectly, it has no issues, you will love this warranty. Well, we'll see. Now we're about to make a warranty claim, and in my experience, this is like pulling fucking teeth from trailer manufacturers. Now, there's 1 or 2 ways this is going to go. One, they're going to send us to a shop to get it fixed, but there isn't any in Canada. Northstar has no authorized dealer repair shops in Canada. They have authorized dealerships, but dealerships don't repair trailers here in Canada. At least most of them don't. At least where I've bought in every trailer, they don't. They send them out to a shop, but there's no authorized repair shop. So I don't know how that's going to work, but I also might just tell them, like, okay, I'll repair the wiring, you just pay for it. So they just won't do anything excessively expensive in my experience. So they'll tell you, like, well, the wiring harness might cost $150 plus $300 in labor to put it in, and that's redoing all the wiring harness and the labor. It takes a while to redo trailer wiring. It does take some time. So well, that's how they could be. But like, hey, if you're under $600, we'll just cut you a check. And I've done that before, actually, several times when I've had rewired trailers where they turn around and said, oh, this gooseneck would cost about $1,000 at a shop to get repaired. I would tell them, okay, $900 and I'll rewire it and I'll fix it. And they go, okay, and they cut you a check. And they'll mail you a check to do it all, and then they just tell you to fuck off. But then they don't offer warranty after that, though. If you don't use the manufacturer products, they don't offer the warranty. So once you fix the wiring for that, you're on your own, which is fine. I overbuild my wiring. I pretty much make it like the way I do my wiring harnesses is the way that the manufacturer would do it in a car. So I don't just get that big thick rubber strand and just run pieces to it. What I do is 2 junction boxes, one after the axle behind the steel where it's protected, where it's not going to get road debris hitting it or ice or snow or any water on it, and then and that's watertight. But then I run a separate 2-wire with a very thick insulated rubber. So I pretty much get this rubber cable that I feed it through, and then I bind that, and then I get this plastic wrap stuff that they put on wiring harnesses on like cars, and I put it in that. And then when I wire it to the lights, I build little brackets so no debris can hit the wire. There's no way the wire comes off ever again. It's a bitch to repair if you have a split wire, but I just upgrade the wiring. I use 10 gauge or 8 gauge wire. Most trailers come with 12, 16 gauge wire because it's cheap. This thing has, like, I swear, 18 gauge wire. Like, when I had plugged in one of the lights the other night to fix it, it broke the wire clean off. Like, you should not be able to break an electrical wire by touching it. And it was very, very thin. I think it was fine strand. I have to say 1 mil thick, maybe 2 mil at the max. So very cheap wiring on this trailer. So we're gonna see what they say, and hopefully they just tell me, like, hey, yeah, you fix it yourself and we'll just cut you a check. Every other manufacturer has done that for me before, and I just overkill the wiring, and then you know what happens? I never have to touch the lights for like 5 or 6 years, and the only time that I do have to retouch them is when the lights fail. And I put quick disconnects on all of them, so if a light fails, I carry extras and I just done. That's what I'll do here too, is I'll order a bunch of the same lights, but I'll hardwire them in, because right now the quick disconnect is in the light, so there's a little plug that you plug into the light. Don't do those. They suck. They jiggle out, they fall out, they get loose over time, they corrode. Just avoid that. Pretty much what you want to do, and this is something I've been doing for years, is you just get your LED light with the 2 wires coming off it, if you want it to be a turn signal, then 3, and then you get the little brackets, so you get little waterproofed, I don't know what they're called. They're like little, there's ones like flat and then it's like a hole it fits in, you can slide in together. But that's what it is. You pretty much put this harness together and you twist it, and it locks itself in forever. Like, you're never gonna be able to get it will never come undone. But on top of that, I also put a roll of tape around it, hockey tape around the plug. So it is serviceable, it's just a bitch. But if you buy good quality, like Cree LEDs, stuff made in the USA or made in Canada, you're not gonna have a problem with those things ever again. They're gonna last forever. But if you buy cheap Chinese stuff, you get what you get. Just like even the Chinese have made in China buildings that are falling down right now, which is hilarious. How do you fail that fucking bad? But yeah, we're gonna see what they say. Hopefully everything goes good. And this will also determine if I'm gonna buy my enclosed trailer from these guys. So right now I rent an enclosed trailer, a 24-footer, because it's more profitable for me to do that. I can own one, but they're like $20,000 right now. And I've been trying to find one, and these guys have been looking for one. If they take care of me here and they say, hey, we'll just cut you a check and we'll repair the wiring, and they kind of figure out what's going on, then bang, we'll do that. To fix the floppiness of the fucking deck, because when you step on one side, you can feel the whole deck flex, not hop up as if there's weight on that side, it flexes up. So you can see it, because on the sides it's just 3/16 welded, what is it, not braided, corrugated or something, I don't know, the little diamond shaped things in it, to make it a buggy hauler, right? And so they're drive over fenders, proper drive over fenders. They can take 14,000 pounds on the fenders. It's insane. But yeah, we're gonna see what they do, and if they fuck me around, then I'll find another trailer manufacturer to buy from. These guys just happen to be conveniently close, but I'm willing to order a trailer from anywhere else. I'm willing to travel for a trailer. Like, for God's sake, I travel the country for a living now. So we'll see what they say. Hopefully they take care of us. Hopefully we have a good experience. I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. And if we have to repair this trailer, then we'll get it. My neighbor has an excavator. He can come over and flip the trailer right over on its roof, and we will repair this trailer 100%. I also got to take it and get it Linexed eventually here, because if I don't Linex it soon, I'm going to start having rust issues, which I already have seen them where the hooks would go. I've already seen rust start it, so we definitely got to get that sorted right away. We got to get this trailer Linexed. So, all right, I'll update you on what happens.